Happy Sunday, Earthly Virgo. I did put a couple of readings on the other channel for the collective. You may want to take a look at those. So I got another deck. This is Empowering Questions. So I'm going to shuffle this deck and see what your reading will be about today, okay? Spirit, give me a message for the Earthly Virgo today, please. What is their empowering question of the day? So it's 3. So if this was my last day, would I be satisfied with my life? What would I have done differently? Okay. What have been the most defining moments that have shaped my life? Okay. And then we have, what or who am I beneath all of my roles? What am I or who am I beneath all of my roles? So we're going to ask Spirit, which one of these should I do for you all today? If this was my life, you know what? Let's do a pick a card. That just came to me. Okay. So you've already saw these. Okay. 1, 2, and I will timestamp these. I had already planned on doing a pick a card for you all anyway, just not in this fashion. So this is a message for you. Which pick a card would you want to receive your message from? 1, 2, 3, A, B, or C. Take it how it resonates. A, B, C. Okay. So we're just gonna do a reading for all 3. If you want to listen, go right ahead. Okay, Spirit, for those of you who chose the first deck, if this was my last day, would I be satisfied with my life? What should I have done differently? Listen to your intuition more and kind of like stop procrastinating, putting off tomorrow for what you could have done today. That's what you could have done differently in your life if this was your last day. And going within. You know, it's almost as if you've lived your life, Virgo, holding yourself back, you know, not really putting a good effort to put yourself out there and do things that you've always wanted to do. Listen to your intuition more, balancing out your life, saying to yourself, I should have, could have did this, I would have did this, but something was always in the way. Family, emotions, situations, work, there was always something in your life that always held you back. And we have the 3 of Wands, followed by, yes, a bunch of back and forth energy, not really sure when the time was the right time for you to make the effort, for you to pull this thing off. It's like you spend more time trying to make up your mind than actually doing something. And that has held you back a lot in your life. And 2, fear. Fear has held you back. Okay? So if this was your last day, would you be satisfied? Are you satisfied with your life? If this was your last day, what would you have done differently? Would you have lived your life differently? Would you have made more critical decisions in the right here moments instead of putting things off for the next day? Would you have celebrated more? Would you have tried to find a way to heal that inner child that was broken and that was diseased from the heartache and the pain that you experienced in your life? Would you have wanted and welcomed in help in your life to deal with issues that took place when you were younger, that when you were a child, that you couldn't deal with? You carried a burden, okay, of a situation from your past life, your child, when you were younger. You carried it into adulthood, and that burden that you carried into your adulthood kept you in situations to where you couldn't make up your mind. You couldn't be clear with what it is that you wanted or who that you wanted in your life. It was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Can I think about it a little bit longer? Sometimes you think a little bit too much, okay? So now we're going on to the second, to B. What have been the most defining moments that have shaped my life? If you've chosen deck 2 or B, we're going to see what messages I have for you. I don't do pick cards too often, okay? So let's see. You chose the second deck, deck, whatever. What have been the most defining moments that have shaped your life, Virgo? What have been the most defining moments that have shaped Virgo's life? We have the Three of Wands. This is you going within and actually understanding what healing, what complete healing means for you or meant for you, okay? You have actually went inside and kind of like made friends with your shadow self, that inner child that has been hurting. You've done a purge in releasing the things that no longer serving you, the heartache and the pain that you've been through. You've been able to heal that. Some of you have possibly paid for therapy sessions so you can talk out the grievances that you have with your younger self and that has happened or taken place in your life. And some of you all are finding beautiful, loving relationships because you've healed what no longer serves you with this emperor or this empress here. And finding happy. It's like you're experiencing a happy home that you didn't have when you were younger, and this is something that you've always wanted and desired. A home, a complete home with a family, a mother, father, children, a home, okay? Something that you probably had a broken home as a child, and you figured, well, you don't want this as an adult, and you've done so much healing in your life and releasing what no longer serves you. What have been the most defining moments that have shaped your life? Healing your inner self. All right? You can stay for the third message, or you can click off, but we'll see. What or who am I beneath all of my roles? If you pick the third deck, we'll see what messages Spirit has for you. Okay? And then after this, I'm going to do a reading for the collective. Okay? What or who are you beneath all of your roles, Virgo? The true you. Finding the true self in you. Temperance. The King of Swords. The Strength. You're much, much more stronger than you give yourself credit for. Because right now you're at a point in your life where inside you're balancing so many different roles in your life already. So you're asking yourself, at this point in time in my life, what is it that I need to do? What is it? Who am I truly? Truly, you are so much more blessed and stronger than you give yourself credit for. Okay, you've been through some stuff. You went against the odds. You swam against the current. You've done things people told you that you were not going to do, or you've completed things and tasks that you never thought that you would, because you went for the gusto. Okay, you went for the prize. You played the game and you won, or whatever. You didn't. It's like you didn't let grass grow under your feet. You knew in your life that parts of your life were imbalanced and not right. You knew that you had to fix something in your life, and that's what you did. Okay, we got the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and we got the Nine of Cups. So you went and done some things in your life that people told you that you couldn't do. It probably took you a while to get there, but you finally found out what your true role was in your life. The true role that you had in your life was to be productive, was to be strong, was to show people that they were wrong about you. You take risk, and that's a good thing. You even take risks when it comes to love. Whether you stay with someone or whether you leave them alone, people know that you are loving you, dear Virgo, is not a joke. And when they got you, they got the best thing. So what role or who am I beneath all of my roles? A strong ass Virgo. A person who is loving, a person who can receive love as well as give it. It's like Spirit is telling you that things have changed in your life because you made it happen. You are your own wish fulfillment. And we have here the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. You've put yourself at a higher place in your life because you worked hard at it. You worked so hard at being a better you. So what role or who are you under all of the roles? What or who are you is a strong ass Virgo. That's who you are, okay? So I'm going to get this reading for the collective. Gonna pull some more cards. Empowering question. Give me one empowering question for the Virgo. One empowering, I can't even say empowering. One empowering word. Question. Give me one card for the Virgo collective. Okay. I got two. But we're going to, hold on. Am I focusing more on what my life looks like than what it feels like? Or what kinds of situations do I avoid? What do these invasions say about my previous experiences or beliefs? So let's see. Let's see if I can tell which one you all want the most. Okay. So I'm going to take a chance and say that you all collectively, possibly more of you chose this one than the other. So this is what this part of the reading is going to be about. What kinds of situations do you avoid, Virgo Collective? What do you avoid? Worrying about money. Okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Stop having that lack mindset that nothing's ever going to be right for you. Nothing's ever going to go right. You're never going to have money in the bank to pay this or pay that. Let it go. What kinds of situations do you avoid? Being hung up in your head, you know, about situations, especially when it comes to finances. But also, if you're being hung up in your head and you're always putting stuff off, check that first reading that possibly is for you, the number 1. Because you're the magician here, and you can manifest anything you want. Spirit wants you to let go of this lack mindset of thinking that you can't do this and you can't get that done, because you can. Okay? What else does this invasion say about my previous experiences or beliefs? So when you previously thought this way, what did it do for you? With this lack mindset, with being hung up on superficial things. What did this say about you? That you're missing your blessings. We have the Ace of Wands because you're holding yourself back and you're not balancing out your life. Okay? You're going back to people in situations that don't serve you, or you're staying stuck in situations that don't serve you because it's hard for you to walk away from the people you love. But if you walk away, what kinds of situations do you avoid? You're going to get this Ace of Pentacles. But you don't see this, or you don't recognize that you have the ability to create this happiness. But for whatever reason, you keep on getting in situations that it's hard for you to let go of because you worry too much. What kinds of situations do you avoid? Worrying, procrastination, holding on to situations that no longer serve you because you love too hard, creating tower moments, and you worry too much. It's like when something is over or something needs to be over, you worry about it too much. And this is hard for you to avoid because of who you are. Sometimes you care too much, Virgo. Sometimes you just got to walk away and let it go. And sometimes when you know you need to walk away, you don't. All you sit up there and do is worry, stay up all night long until it hits you smack dab in the face, and then you're stuck, and then you hurt. Okay? But you got to understand, if you don't get out of it, you're going to create that tower moment yourself. That's that self-fulfilling prophecy that Spirit is telling you what kinds of situations do you need to avoid. Self-fulfilling prophecies. You're manifesting. If you sit and stay stuck, if you cooking beef stew, if you cook that beef long enough, that is going to fall off the bus. It's going to melt in somebody's mouth because you sit and you let it stew for a long amount of time. In this case, you just let something stew so long that it blew up in your face because you manifested it. You got to let it go. What kinds of situations do you avoid? Now you know. All right. I know this was a crazy kind of reading, but I hope it resonates with you all, and I will talk to you again soon.